know what we do. We have this incredible remote talent. What are the opportunities, just thinking about your clients, what are the opportunities for companies, whether it's, let's put aside the creation of the playbook. Let's talk about the execution of the playbook, the day-to-day, revenue maintenance and generation. Where are some of the opportunities that you see clients using, or for them to use going forward, where they can get some leverage by, I always think salespeople should be selling, right? You always want them selling. You don't want them filling out paperwork. You don't want them doing this and that. What are some of the opportunities that you see?
So specifically with what you provide with your organization, which is great, Work Better Now, and virtual talent that is easy to get and, more importantly, easy to keep. So you're solving a number of problems. So I think before I give you the answer, I have to kind of tell you what the problems are. Number one, the biggest issue of all in building and maintaining a sales playbook is capacity, because you're asking people who weren't hired initially just to develop a playbook or just to keep it up to date. These people are wearing, like I said before, they got all these different responsibilities. And now someone like us come in and say, we're going to build a playbook. We're going to take
your company criteria for success.
My company, right?
Not us.
And so, yeah. But the issue is, okay, we got talent, we got the know-how. What we need more capacity. So if you can get additional talent to weigh in to help develop, project manage, execute, that's really going to solve that problem. Now, the other second, I think, misconception, let me put it that way, is like a myth, is that virtual talent is low level. I think that's a mistake if you think that way, because I know your business. And, it all used to be virtual assistants. The word assistant implied that I had to tell you what to do. I was kind of spelling everything out, and you were just this robot filling in all the blanks. I think that's changed dramatically. And what I'm seeing now is, that's why I don't call it virtual assistants. I call it virtual talent. That talent is locked and loaded, ready to, in many cases, execute just as well as someone who's been in your company, as a W-2 employee or full-time. Now, there may be a ramp period, and that's why the playbook's great, because you could actually use the process to ramp up talent to help build it and maintain it. That's in there. So I think having people to help drive accountability and execution, because some of them could be actually doing some of the selling, prospecting, outreach, client maintenance activities. There's a lot there. But again, if they're coming in and you're ramping them up quickly, they need to follow the playbook. They need to follow the process. And that's why I think it isn't a matter of a big budget or having to hire people who are, extremely talented or rocket scientists.
Or 20 years in sales, or
20 years in sales. We don't need that, right? Because the playbook fills in for that.
Yeah. So before I share what some of our clients are doing, I will tell you that in the creation of processes or a playbook, I can tell you that I'm somebody who loves the idea of process, but don't ask me to write a process, because I'll scribble it. It's kind of what you said earlier. I'll scribble it together half-assed. I won't put it in the right place, right? It's just, I'm more of an entrepreneur. I come up with the ideas. And so for me, just going back to my personal assistant, that my personal assistants over the years, I've said, hey, this is what we need to do. I might quickly walk them through a little bit of what I want them to do, more importantly, what I want the outcome to do. And then I'll tell them, create the process, and then share it as it needs to be shared. And that has been incredibly valuable. But more specifically, in terms of revenue support, and how some of our clients are generating more revenue, leveraging Work Better Now remote talent. Because I asked our team, we have a number of clients that have assistants that are just doing research, doing a ton of research, so that sales doesn't need to do the research. The executive team doesn't need to do the research on prospects. We have a ton that are doing actual outreach on LinkedIn and doing that very successfully. We have a couple that are using our talent to get back lost clients, right? You lose clients, sometimes it's for all sorts of reasons, and there is an opportunity to get them back. We actually just did a campaign ourselves that was very successful. Believe it or not, we have one client, at least one that I know of. I have a feeling there's more than one. I won't mention his name right now, but you know him, who has one of his 7 assistants that's doing inside sales and knocking it out of the park. Incoming stuff, right? Inbound, and they're converting it. And then I would say a whole bunch of clients are using our talent to either in an assistant capacity for either the business owner or for the sales team, so that they're taking all of the administrative work off of their plate, enabling them to spend more time with current clients as well as prospects. And again, with huge results.